boys and girls. So, this week, instead of the MG yet again, we're going to do something I've actually been putting off even longer than the MG at this point, by a long shot, and that is finally actually fixing the brakes on the Cadillac. We might do some other work to it as well, clean it back up, because it's been a minute. The thing needs a good bath, but the brakes are terrible on this car. I thought I had them halfway decent at one point, and have figured out since that was a lie. I was lying to myself, essentially. The back brake hose is what I'm hoping is wrong with the rear brakes, because I keep losing fluid and I'm not finding it leaking anywhere. So I think it's the rubber line is collapsed, and every time I hit the brake, the pinhole opens up in it and it leaks out the fluid. So I'm not actually getting any back brakes, and both front calipers are junk. This one works, the other one kind of works, but neither one's working at 100%. And they've kind of been that way from the start. That being said, down there in the box is new calipers. Up there is new hoses. So we're going to get that done. And we're going to look in to see what else I need before I can start throwing those lowering springs on. Because I got lowering springs for the whole car all the way around. I don't think that's going to be able to get done this video, but we're going to look at it and see, because I want to see if I need to replace ball joints or anything like that beforehand. And I don't want to make the car handle like crap prior to needing to drive it for work and cruise night and all that. So we're going to kind of see where this goes. And I'd like to do something about the roof. I don't know if we'll get to that today or tomorrow, but either way, it's something I'd like to do. No, she is not all the way in the garage, because, well, those fenders sitting there, it won't fit all the way in the garage. But yeah, the plan is for the roof, I want to sand it down as smooth as I can, which I know isn't going to be perfect. And then we're going to mask it off. And I got an idea. I have an idea. We'll leave it at that until we can get to it. So, but I want to get this cleaned up because we got cruise night next week. I'd like the brakes to work better for cruise night than they have last week, or last month, and go from there. So yeah, not a real big set plan for what's going to happen in this video, but it's all going to be around the Cadillac, and this car deserves the attention because it has been a solid car since I got it, and we drive the crap out of it. It is hands down probably the most driven car in the driveway, with the exception of maybe her RAV4. I throw all of us in this thing on an almost daily basis, and we bomb around town in it. So there's zero reason why I'm not giving this car some attention, and it's all been laziness. And, well, honestly, finding the front brake calipers. The only place I could actually find replacement front brake calipers for this was through Jegs. No one else had factory brake calipers. A couple places have Willwood big brake kits for it, which I don't got that kind of money right now, at least not to spend on the Cadillac. If I'm going to buy a big brake kit for anything, it's going to be the Nova, not the Cadillac. But yeah, so alright, enough of my rambling, let's get into it. So, these are in fact not the same exact caliper that is on this car, but a slightly different one. So, that might cause us some issues. But that just might mean we have to find a different brake line. So, will this fit? Well, this does thread in, so the only thing that has me concerned there is whether or not it's long enough. So, the factory ones for the car won't work with these calipers, and that's because these ones are mounted clear up here, pointing toward there, versus this one will be mounted on the bottom and have to wrap up into it. So I'm hoping with the extra length and everything I can make this work, and we're going to figure that out from there. I also want to take a good look at all the stuff underneath of here, maybe do some greasing, and see if I think the coilovers, or not coilovers, but the lowering springs are even an option currently. So, and maybe have the wife price the new front shocks while we're at it. Because the backs should be easy. It's the fronts I'm concerned with doing. So, yeah. Not to mention getting things apart to adjust things might be a bit on the fun side too. But that's beside the point. We'll worry about that when we get to it. I mean, everything feels tight. And while the ball joints look dirty, they don't look bad. They look like they're actually doing their job quite well. And again, this car's only got 58,000 miles on it. But the problem with that is it's 58,000 miles since 1973 and none of this has been changed. So, like a giant vast majority of everything else I do in order, the brake calipers are wrong. So, we are now back to, I have managed to pull off at least one so far of the old front calipers. And the goal is going to be to hopefully rebuild it. If nothing else, we are changing the lines, going to pull everything apart, clean it up, and throw it back together, the old seals. I am hoping that the seals the wife was able to order, I think while still working in advance, are correct and will work. We're going to find out. I have a feeling that they are not. But we're going to cross that bridge in a couple minutes. I love old junk. Alright, there we go. While the rebuild kit dries on that caliper, we'll go ahead and we'll work on getting the other one off now. Hopefully it goes as smooth as the other side did. Alright, we got brake caliper number 2 apart. Everything went almost as good with this one as it did with the other one. This one shows some signs of not perfectness inside, but the seal still seems okay. So I don't know how crazy I want to get with it either. But on a side note, kind of watch where you're spraying your brake clean, guys. Yeah, that was not like that before today. The brake clean started eating the plastic. Luckily, I blew dry it with the air hose quick and saved it at least a little bit. Oops. Wife said she needed new ones anyway, so now she's got an excuse to get 2. Oops. So, now, after about 3 different trips to the parts store, her finding me a different set of calipers that also didn't work because we were just trying things at this point, I got mildly creative and annoyed. I now have a working set of brake calipers, hopefully, So I'm going to try to get this seal in just a little bit more. I got that one in as good as I think it's going to get. Yes, those are the old ones. Yes, these are the new ones that didn't fit. But thanks to her searching, we found out that the piston itself and the seal, between both of them, are the exact same. So, not being able to get anything till at least Monday, and, well, not being able to wait till Monday, I took the pistons and seals very carefully out of the old one, or out of the new ones, got them transferred to the old ones, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this is going to work. If not, there is no getting anything till at least Monday, and by the time it gets here Monday, I am out of time pretty much at that point. So it's kind of a this has got to work deal. I love old rusty cars that are not easy to find parts for, that have apparently like 1 year specific calipers. I like my Cadillac. I really do. These brakes are going to kill me though. So we're now at the point where we can start bleeding these things and do things. One, I got to think about, I am sorry, I mislabeled these. They're red. They're now Brimbos. So we have all the stopping power, and we should be good to go. And I'm sad I got them dirty. Brand new Brimbos, and they're already wrecked. It's just terrible. But hopefully they'll still work as good as they look. Actually, in this case, hopefully they work better than they look. Now to start bleeding them by myself. Fun times. Alright, I'm hot, I'm sweaty. The brakes are bled. Let's see if they work. They seem to be working. I think I still have some air in the line though. Yeah, I just want to go forward. Could also just need seated too. Seems like it wants to stop straight. And it is taking far less effort than normal to stop. So I think I got working front brakes. Woo! Yeah, and it's stopping as straight as it drives. So we're 50%. That's honestly better than it was looking 20 minutes ago. You guys are not in a great phone mount, by the way, if that didn't just give it away. So we will stop it by, talk to the wife quick, let her know that we are at least as good as we were to start with, and then we'll back it into the garage and try to do the rear brake line, and hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully that rear rubber hose is going to fix the rear brakes. At least that's what I'm hoping. Because I have fought with them already once, and everything in the rear brakes is new. So I'm hoping that solves it. So, working on the rear brakes, my buddy Lucas stopped by and we realized something. As he was pumping the brakes for me, it was leaking brake fluid clear at the front of the car. Because the brake thingy, god dang it, the proportioning valve is all the way up here. Don't mind all the rust. We're just going to ignore all that for right now. But the side for the rear brakes was leaking, and it was only at full pressure leaking. So until he started really pumping on it, and then he finally made the pinhole grow enough to where we'd actually see a real leak. So I am currently working on getting that flared end off so I can put it on that piece of tubing and running a whole new brake line for it. Sorry I'm not bringing you guys along for more stuff right now. Just my phone's not exactly all that lively at the moment, and there's no good angles for any of it. So I'm just kind of stopping and telling you guys what I'm doing. I will take you along for the drive though, again, once we get the brakes fully working, and it looks like tomorrow I'll be able to do some other stuff besides brakes, and I will definitely be recording that and bringing you guys along a little bit more than I am with the brakes. Plus, you guys have seen me do brake work on this car before. This is just a long overdue, the Cadillac needed attention thing, so. And it deserves a film, because it's been a damn good car for like almost the last year now. So, yeah. Alright, after a little help from Bub, I have an update. So now, when I turn the key on, the brake light isn't on anymore. Oop. Okay, why is it not wanting to start? I have no lights on. When I drop it in gear, it feels like I have a full brake pedal. Like, it stops now. This is by far, and it doesn't feel, wow. These brakes have never felt like this. Like, it also doesn't feel like the car has any rolling resistance now either from any brakes dragging, which means the whole time the back brakes haven't worked right has either been A, the pinhole in that rear line, or the fact that I never bled the back brakes properly because I tried doing them by myself. Either way, this is awesome. Like I'm beyond happy with these brakes. Does it feel good, sissy? Yeah, someone was swimming in her pool and got out to go for a quick ride with Dad. So, yeah, no, I am extremely happy with these brakes now. This is by far the best this thing has ever like driven, like no hands on the wheel, and it's stopping in a straight line. Literally 2 days ago at work, we were sitting around joking around about how way cars stop, and they're like, man, the way you say the brakes on that Cadillac, I don't know how you stop it, how it stops so straight. I was like, oh, it's because I'm putting a whole lot of right rudder into it. And like, I told him, I gotta hold the wheel like hard right to get it to stop in a straight line. And like right now, I don't need to hold the wheel to drive it in a straight line. It's old girl gets up, moves, and just beautifully brakes. Like, this is freaking awesome. Yep, she is road trip ready. Not really, but she is daily driver good now again. That makes me so happy. Oh, she sounds pretty too. I told you I'd bring you guys along for the drive. All right, I think tomorrow she needs some prettying tomorrow. That's what she needs, and she's definitely earned it. She's getting it tomorrow. She also needs the hubcaps put back on the front too tonight, because the hubcaps being on or off bugged me. It looks so weird without them. But yeah, more tomorrow. Definitely more tomorrow. You being silly back there? You gonna say hi to everyone?
Hi. Huh?
You gonna say hi? Hey, how about you say hi to Grandpa, because he watches for you.
Yeah.
You wanna say hi to Grandpa?
He didn't watch her.
She's being goofy. as you can see, I am currently dressed from getting home from work, actually. Which means all my filming time for the week is gone. I'm actually doing this just so I have an ending for the video. I had more I wanted to show you this week. I wanted to try to get the Cadillac in, get it cleaned up a little bit, do something with the roof. But the weather on my third day off kind of stopped me from doing that. And then me and the wife had the fourth day off together and decided that we needed a family day. We wanted to go do something with just us and the kids. So we threw everyone in the car, not the Cadillac, unfortunately. That would have been fun. And we bombed our way up to Toledo and went to the zoo for the day, which the 3-year-old absolutely loves, or 4-year-old absolutely loves. And we bought a season pass, so something tells me and her are going to be going to the zoo a few more times. Because she really enjoys that, and we never get to see all of it in one trip. So, yeah. But the only thing I did pretty much after that, by the time we got home on my fourth day, I was exhausted. Kinda meandered my way around the garage, got a lot of cleaning done, got things picked up, and got the MG to where I can start working on it again. That'll be probably next week's video. I need to stop putting it off. I've tinkered with it a little bit off camera, and this is the part that I really like. Throttle stuck. Yeah. This thing hasn't really started. Hasn't started realistically. Well, I guess at this point it hasn't started in like about 5 days. Maybe a little bit more. But it's also only been started 3 times since the video I made of getting it running. It just fires right up. So it needs more done to it. It needs to get mobile. I just gotta get unlazy, because as much as you guys see me do brakes, I hate doing brakes. Brakes are like the worst freaking thing for me. Yet I'm constantly doing them. So, yeah. Next video, though, we're going to get back to work on this. We're going to get all the brakes done, probably change the water pump, and depending on how motivated I am, get a seat mounted in this thing to where we can try moving it and driving it. That would be the goal. Just because I want to get some other stuff gathered for the Cadillac before I jump back into that again. Because I would like to get some different wheels and tires for it before I bother with another video. I'd also like to have a more set plan for the top, not just something I was going to do in a rush. And I would like to be doing the lowering springs. So, which means I need at least new front shocks. It's got air shocks in the back that are good, so those are fine. And I want to go back through all the ball joints and tie rod ends and everything look okay, but I still might go ahead and do ball joints while I have everything blown apart. Just as kind of a preventative maintenance, because they do all look original to the car. That being said, that car only has 58,000 miles on it. So they've not exactly seen a lot of wear and tear. And they all still have grease in them. So I'll probably just go through and re-grease most of it, and that should have most of it good to go. Because like even the rubber on them seems good. So, but taking things apart to do the tie rod or to do the lowering springs might change that. We'll see. But alright, I've been rambling now for almost 5 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully there'll be more going on next video and not just us going to the zoo again. But I wouldn't count on the zoo not being a thing more often. Might just not show you guys every time. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. you like it, like, share, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. See you guys all next time. Have a good week.